7 Action News at 7 starts right now.
Biden delegation in Dearborn. A visit by White House officials met with protests.
Coming up, the messages and demands coming from protesters who spent hours here in front of the Henry Hotel.
Plus, post-pushback. A Michigan lawmaker in the hot seat tonight after sharing a controversial post on social media. How the state rep from Oxford is defending himself and what critics are saying tonight. Plus, near-record warmth.
What can you ask for better than this?
Did you ever think you'd be teeing off in February? We're talking to people in Southeast Michigan about how they are enjoying this beautiful weather.
Another relatively warm day on the way, but will the heat last into the weekend?
But we begin with a delegation sent by President Biden meeting with city and state leaders. Thank you for joining us tonight at 7. I'm Mike Duffy. Now, the Biden administration working to extend an olive branch to Muslim and Arab Americans who have not been happy with his response to the Israel-Hamas war. The visit being met with protests. Dozens of demonstrators gathering outside of the Henry Hotel where they believed the meeting was taking place. However, we have confirmed that the meeting was actually a few miles away at the city's administrative center. 7 Action News reporter Whitney Burney spoke with protesters who are demanding change from the Biden administration.
The crowd has thinned out, but a few dozen protesters have spent the better part of the afternoon here in front of the Henry Hotel with signs in hand. You can see a few of them are still here as we speak. They say their message is clear: ceasefire now. With Palestinian flags flying overhead,
we're not going to budge. We're not going to continue to let America think that our voices aren't important.
Arab Americans gathered in front of the Henry Hotel in Dearborn, letting their stance be known.
I want the killing to stop. I want Israel to be held accountable. That's it.
A few dozen protesters vowing to abandon Joe Biden as a result of his handling of the Israel-Hamas war.
We are demanding that we recognize that human lives are on the line. We're demanding that we do something as a country to save these lives because that is our moral and ethical responsibility. And that's simply our message. How Biden and his administration choose to respond is going to determine whether Trump gets in office or not.
Today's meeting, which took place at the city's administrative center, was not the first time the Biden administration tried to reach Dearborn officials. A meeting scheduled for last month was canceled after community backlash. While some community leaders, like the Dearborn Heights Mayor Bill Bazzi, declined to attend, several state reps and the mayor of Dearborn attended. In a statement, Mayor Abdullah Hammoud says this meeting was to ensure that the White House and those with the ability to change the course of the genocide unfolding in Gaza very clearly hear and understand the demands of our community. He went on to say they're calling for a permanent ceasefire and ending unrestricted military support to the state of Israel. Protesters say if they don't see action now, Biden will not see their votes in November.
This is not a Muslim cause, not an Arab cause. This is a cause for all of humanity, for Jews, Muslims, Christians, people of conscience, whatever their ethnicity, whatever their beliefs are. Many people are now coming to see what the reality of the situation is on the ground.
We did reach out to the White House for comment this afternoon, but did not hear back. In Dearborn, Whitney Burney, 7 Action News.
Okay, Whitney, thank you. Well, officials in Warren are sounding the alarm after a leak into an area creek. City and environmental leaders are investigating after someone spotted a discoloration in Bear Creek where the drain opens up at 12 Mile. Officials are confident the leak has been stopped at the source and are working to identify exactly what it is. Contractors are now collecting samples and cleaning the storm sewer system. They are expecting results on what that substance is in the next 24 hours. Okay, let's turn now to the weather. Marissa, it certainly felt like a spring day outside. I had a coat on and then had to take it off because it was getting too hot. Did we set any records today?
No, we didn't. I always say, when it's so hot or it's so cold, we need to set a record, but we fell short of today's record by 1 degree. We made it to 61 this afternoon. The record will still stand at 62, set back in 1900. This record was more than 120 years old. Tomorrow we have a better chance to break some records, but before we get to that, I want to focus on our chance for some light rain showers as we move into tonight. You can see the green here on the radar, looking at some lighter rain moving through Livingston County, Lenawee County, a little bit farther to the south, Washtenaw County as well. In between, honestly, very light rain showers. So if you're heading out tonight, don't be surprised to get some raindrops on your windshield. But overall, most of us are not looking at that much rain, if any at all. You can see our chance for rain is going to remain on the lower end, even overnight tonight. Our best chance for showers will be between now and about 9 o'clock tonight. Then we'll be mostly dry overnight tonight. But there's another another chance for rain coming tomorrow. Also the chance to break some record high temperatures. A better chance again tomorrow. I'll have a close look at that, how long the warm weather lasts, and more on a better chance for rain coming up in just a bit. Mike?
Okay, fingers crossed for that record. Well, tonight, Michigan House Democrats are condemning what's being called a blatantly racist social media post by a Republican state lawmaker. Representative Josh Shriver of Oxford reposted a graphic pushing the Great Replacement, a far-right conspiracy theory of a global plot to replace white people. Shriver did not respond to our call for comment, but told the Detroit News that he's opposed to racists, adding, quote, "What I find strange is the agenda to demoralize and reduce the white portion of our population. That's not inclusive, and Christ is inclusive." House Speaker Joe Tate telling us Shriver's callous and reckless act is not within the spirit of what Michigan is, and it contributes to a hostile environment. He goes on to say Shriver deeply and personally offended the Michigan House of Representatives. Okay, billions of dollars have gone to fixing roads and bridges right here in Michigan, but that money's running out. In 2019, the Whitmer administration was loaned $3.5 billion from the federal government for highway reconstruction projects. This year, MDOT will begin spending the last $700 million of that money. Governor Whitmer's latest budget proposal does not include any new funding for the roads, just the $700 million the state already has. Today, we asked the governor and other elected leaders about those dwindling funds.
Ultimately, a longer-term solution is going to have to be found. People of Michigan are expecting it, but at this moment, I'm really proud to be able to say that we're going to continue at the clip that we've been rebuilding roads and bridges across Michigan.
The governor also said finding money to fix our roads is an ongoing conversation. Well, the city of Detroit is looking ahead to summer and summer jobs. Applications open today for the Grow Detroit's Youth Talent Bank, Young Talent Bank, rather. It connects young people between the ages of 14 and 24 in Detroit with summer jobs. Potential employers can also sign up. Since 2015, the program has provided more than 70,000 summer work experiences for Detroit youth. Applications are open through May 31st. Still ahead on 7, waiting for justice for more than 40 years. A big breakthrough today in a cold case. What we know about the man just charged in a decades-old murder. But first, a Detroit mother pleading for answers 1 month after her little boy was killed in a drive-by shooting. How you can help track down his killer next. 1 month of mourning with no answers. The family of Latrell Mines is pleading for justice tonight, 1 month after the 11-year-old boy was killed in a drive-by shooting on Detroit's east side. He was roller skating with his cousin on Beacons Field in Coorville when someone opened fire. That killer is still at large. Crime Stoppers is now offering a $2,500 reward for information leading to an arrest.
I just pray and hope somebody come forward and speak up, because my son didn't deserve it. He's only 11 years old.
Again, if you know anything, call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-SPEAK-UP. You will remain anonymous. A second person is charged tonight in a St. Clair County cold case dating back over 40 years. Karen Umphrey was killed in November of 1980. Now, 63-year-old Anthony Harris of Port Huron is charged with her murder. He was arraigned yesterday. The judge set bond at $2 million. The first suspect was arrested in December. 70-year-old Douglas Laming of Fort Gratiot is also charged with murder. New DNA technology finally led to the break in the case. All right, a state park vandal facing punishment. How one man did major damage to the ecosystem at Sleeping Bear Dunes and the jail time he could be seeing. That's next. A northern Michigan man could be facing some significant jail time after changing the flow of a river at Sleeping Bear Dunes. In August of 2022, Andrew Howard diverted the Platte River into Lake Michigan by shoveling sand and rocks out of the river basin and creating a dam. Prosecutors say this caused significant ecological harm. Howard was convicted on tampering and vandalism charges Wednesday and could be sentenced to up to 6 months in prison and have to pay a $5,000 fine plus restitution. All right, it was a beautiful day across southeast Michigan, and people were out soaking up as much of the warm weather as possible. 7 Action News reporter Sarah Michaels spent the day outside hearing from Metro Detroiters on this spring-like day.
It is 55 and sunny in Michigan in February. How can you not be happy? We're talking to people about it. If someone had told you a month ago that you'd be golfing in February, what would you have said?
What state am I in?
Michigan.
We had to get out here because it's like the first beautiful day of the year.
Like many, Mike, Reggie, and Jarrell from Lathrop Village, Berkeley, and Detroit stopped what they were doing Thursday afternoon to get outside. Shockingly, to one of their favorite places, the golf course, in the dead of winter.
When was the last time you guys can remember golfing in February?
Probably the first time ever.
I don't think ever. It's too unbelievable that in the middle of February you're golfing and the temperature's in the 50s.
Wreckham Golf Course in Huntington Woods was packed with people from across southeast Michigan, taking advantage of these near record high temps, including Dan from just across the road.
The dogs are happy, I'm happy, my wife's happy because I'm not in her hair, I'm out.
Everybody's happy.
We just saw the baby Jimmy. Baby, baby.
Over at the zoo, the Haggertys from Clinton Township could not stop smiling.
What do you think about the sun?
Oh, yeah, I love it.
Even though everyone couldn't enjoy.
But my daddy has to go to work today. I thought it was going to be like 50 degrees, but it's like 70. It was like 70 on my chest.
This energetic family traveled from Canton to soak in the rays by the camels. It was a day for the record books. The weather record books, likely. As every Michigander knows, you gotta soak in the warmth when you can.
Spring has to be around the corner. Like, I need it.
Oh, yeah.
You guys, it's gonna be snowing in 2 weeks.
It might be.
And the best news, Friday is looking just as gorgeous. In Royal Oak, Sarah Michaels, 7 Action News.
Sarah, what a great assignment today. And of course, Marissa, it was a beautiful day.
Yes.
Everybody's been out and about. More of this to come?
Yeah, more of the temperatures for sure. Tomorrow we have a little bit of a chance for some rain, but honestly most of the day is also going to be dry. Tomorrow we have a chance to break the record high temperature. It's actually mainly because the record is much lower than today's record. But today we made it up to 61 in Detroit. Same thing in Adrian, in Monroe, Howell, Pontiac, and Lapeer, all seeing 60, even 59 in Ann Arbor, 57 in Port Huron, and 56 for those of you in Mount Clemens. So a relatively warm day, honestly, running about 20 to 25 degrees above average. And as we take a look at what's to come moving into tomorrow, we are looking at the chance to set 2 new records. One of them is a record high low, and the other one is the actual record high temperature. So the record high low is a very warm overnight low temperature. The current forecasted low tonight into tomorrow morning is 48, and the current record high low is 44. And then tomorrow's record high temperature is 56. The forecasted high is 62. So that's why we have a much better chance to break tomorrow's record high temperature, just because the record is in the mid 50s. But as we're moving into tonight, we're not only looking at still relatively warm temperatures, we're also looking at chances for some rain. Right now we are in the low to mid 50s across the majority of the region, just down to 48 now in Mount Clemens. But we're tracking a few light showers stretching from Flint down towards Adrian. They are pushing east, so you may run into a few light showers overnight tonight. But honestly, most of this will be done and over with by the time we get to 10 o'clock, and most of the overnight hours will actually be completely dry with cloudy conditions. But as we fast forward into tomorrow morning, as a cold front nears us, we'll have a chance to see a few showers along it as well. So mainly after 7 a.m. for those of you that live in the west side. The farther you get to the east, a few showers possible through about 10 a.m. And then once this all pushes east, we're actually looking at quite a bit more sunshine tomorrow. And don't forget, warm temperatures too, with our highs into the 60s. Our best chance for rain in the next about 48 hours will be on Saturday, where we'll have scattered rain showers arriving in the morning. Those will push through and actually be out of here also by about 11 o'clock or noon on Saturday. So slight chance for a few showers tomorrow, better chance coming in on Saturday. Breaking down your temperatures throughout the day by the lunch hour tomorrow, you'll already be near 60 degrees. So get outside if you can. Highs will climb into the upper 50s and low 60s in the afternoon. Temperatures drop about 10 degrees behind the rain on Saturday, 40s on Sunday, then 30s into next week. We'll be right back.
Tonight at 10 on TV 20.
An auditorium full of Detroit talent with $100,000 of college scholarships to give away. I'll bring you more from the Detroit Institute of Arts coming up.
And tonight on 7 Action News at 11, disaster declaration by President Biden. The announcement after the August tornadoes and storms in southeast Michigan. What it means for impacted communities. A special event at Michigan State University will bring Black history to life. For the first time, MSU is taking part in a national effort to transcribe all the writings of abolitionist Frederick Douglass in one day, 8,731 pages in all. The so-called transcribathons have been held each year since 2017 on February 14th, Douglass's chosen birthday. The goal is to transform his writings into an online collection of Black history and culture. Thank you so much for joining us for 7 Action News at 7. We'll see you at 10 on TV 20 and right back here at 11. Have a great evening.